for social justice here and around the world. We've been together on many occasions, walking down the same street with Archbishop Huddleston and Oliver Tambo and Bishop Tutu saying, "Free South Africa," and we were right. We marched here February 15, 2003, saying the Iraq War was a war of choice and unnecessary. We were right. In that war, we've lost lives and money and honor. Those who protested the war have now been asked to pay for the war. This is a day of reckoning. You can bind paying for weapons that have no use in today's world. You can bind fighting a war that's unnecessary. The rich going offshore and not paying taxes. And the banker exploitation and unfair trade policies and equals in economic crisis. Yeah. This is a time to invest our way out and not to cut our way out. In a hole, you need a rope and not a shovel. It's time for people around the world to fight back. As we had a national day of protest to stop the war, there must be a national, international day of protest for jobs and justice around the world. When we march, we win. This is the time to fight back. I've been a part of 3 rallies in the last few days. One was to stop police race profiling, driven by a kind of panic. And then another focus on responsible lending. The same banks that drove us in this hole, we bailed those banks out without link to lending and the reinvestment. So far, the banksters who drove us in the hole have paid no price for their behavior. What we see today is the end result of reckless spending and deficit spending and misappropriated priorities. This is the time to invest in building affordable housing, save our houses, a time to invest in education, a time to invest in infrastructure and roads and bridges and sewers. Put the UK back to work. 500,000 jobs lost. 500,000 cannot make their house payment, cannot keep their child in school, cannot pay for their car, cannot engage in meaningful recreation. Let me submit to you that this is a kind of ham and egg justice. They say it's even. You know, for those who don't come to rural areas, you smell ham and egg together, it kind of blends. But whenever there's a vote, the hog always votes against the ham and egg sandwich, and the chicken doesn't mind. The hog is total sacrifice. The hen is just a dropping and moving on. Some people tonight will not lose their job. They'll get bonuses. Some tonight will not lose their jobs. They will not lose their second house. They'll keep their playground. We, the working people, must fight to build our economies bottom up, not top down. Jobs and justice now. Educate our children now. Stop the violence now. Stop the war now. Invest in people now. Invest in healthcare now. Invest in healthcare now. Keep hope alive. Save our jobs now. Save our jobs now. Reinvest now. Save the jobs now. March now. Hope now. Change now. God bless you.
Thanks very much, Jesse. Now the march really is getting close. 1,000 students have come from Ulu and 4,000 from Lincoln's Inn Fields. They'll be here very shortly. Our next speaker had the misfortune to have to be in the chamber today to listen to George Osborne beginning to destroy the welfare state. And he's going to let you know what happens. John McDonnell, MP.